At the 1981 Canada Cup, the Soviets were hungrier than ever to regain their world hockey dominance. It had been a long decade of defeat for the Russians. First, the 1972 Summit Series. A poor performance at the inaugural Canada Cup in '76. And just a year earlier, a shocking loss to the U.S. at the Winter Olympics.
Forward to the gold medal. This impossible dream comes true.
And now, in their last round-robin game of the '81 Canada Cup, the Soviets would face Team Canada. Both teams undefeated. The outcome would decide the semifinal matchup.
Canada Cup 81. Action galore.
Welcome to the NHL on TSN, Canada Cup Classic. Here is your host, James Duffy.
All right, thank you, along with Pierre Maguire. Let's flash back to 1981, and technically, it didn't really mean that much. We knew the Canadians and the Soviet Union were both going to the semifinals. This game would just determine who would play who. But come on, it's Canada. It's the Russians. The rivalry born in '72, expanded in '76, and now in 1981, the next chapter. And these were some angry, angry Soviets, weren't they, Pierre?
Yes, they were angry Soviets, James. And when you really think about it, James talked about the decade before when you had 72, you had 76, the first Canada Cup, and obviously 1980, where we're very displeased. But it's also a passing of the torch for the Soviet Union. You think about Alexei Kasatonov, Slava Fetisov making their breakout party as a defense tandem. And then you look at the KLM line. Everybody knows about that. It's also Tretiak not being as great as he once was, being replaced by Mishkin. So you're going to see so many different things from the Soviet Union. But the big thing for Canada, too, no more old reliables from 72 or from 76. Now things are starting to change. Now, going into this game, everybody was hoping Gilbert Perreault would be able to play the magical line with Lafleur and with Gretzky. Well, Gilbert Dion breaks his ankle, so he can't play. He gets replaced by Marcel Dion. So there's lots of different subplots in this game, James.
All right, and for more on that, let's send you back to 1981 and Ron Roosh with a report.
Monday night, the Montreal Forum, the game between Canada and Sweden. Taking the pass is Gilbert Perreault. Crossing the line into Swedish territory, he shoots over top of the net. Watch to the right of your screen. Wayne Gretzky cutting in front of the net. He is tripped by the Swedish defender and slides into Gilbert Perreault. Perreault goes down heavily into the boards in obvious agony. Perreault, a broken ankle. He has lost 8 to 10 weeks. He will be out of the Team Canada lineup for the duration.
So Marcel missed one game, and he's a very good puck handler. I think we certainly will miss Perreault. We know how well he played in the series, but Marcel is ready, and we talked this morning with Wayne and Guy, and I'm quite sure that they'll adapt themselves to each other.
All right, why Marcel Dion, not, for instance, a Middleton or somebody else from the lineup?
Well, it pretty well had to be a centerman. As you know, we did play Perreault on left wing, and of course, notwithstanding the other lines, they were going very well, and it would have meant a lot of changes, I think. We may still have to make some changes, but we didn't want to do it going into this game. We feel that the other lines have done very well together.
And I'm just cruising through with my buddies. We're just talking. All of a sudden, I see a new cell, like a GTS, just flying by, weaving through traffic, and I just jumped in. It's impulse, you know, like cat and mouse. You see it, you just chase after it.
When you're on the road and you get that feeling, if someone comes up behind you, if someone smokes you, you know you're gonna go after it. That's the whole cat and mouse thing. It's just like nature, survival of the fittest. You're either the hunter or the hunted.
Rated E for everyone.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
The World Cup of Hockey 2004. Canada proves once again why hockey is our game. It's Our Game, a special 2-DVD set. Relive the most exciting plays and drama from every Canadian victory. Hear from players and management. See exclusive behind-the-scenes footage. And this 2-DVD set includes the widescreen version of the entire championship game. Behind every great team is a great story. This is Team Canada's. It's Our Game, available at fine retailers everywhere.
Could we stop now?
Soon. Be patient.
Hey, how about now? Hey, let's stop now.
No! I want this to be special. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So smooth.
Right?
Let's do it again.
At Napa Auto Parts, we have great brakes and millions of other quality parts. Napa, get the good stuff.
Before we get to the game, let's get to our Hockey Nation poll, brought to you in part by Mr. Transmission. Ask about our Mr. Transmission credit card and don't pay for 90 days interest-free OAC. We're going to talk a little bit later on tonight in 2020 hindsight with Glenn Healy and Steve Simmons about some of the best lines of all time, especially from that era. We want your vote. Flower Power, the KLM line, the Trio Grande from the Islanders, or the Triple Crown line from the Kings. Your vote at tsn.ca. All right, a couple of notes from this one. Scotty Bowman resting Mike Liut and putting in Donnie Edwards for this game so Mike Liut would be ready for the semifinals and finals. Also, this game at the Montreal Forum, a crowd of 16,001, which would be a Canada Cup record at that time. Let's send you out to the game. Bernie Pascal and Tom Watt have the call.
The officiating staff for tonight's game, they're getting into their spots. Bob Henry is the referee. Bob Luther and Kevin Collins are the linesmen. Michigan on the left, Edwards on the right, the two goalies for this game. The officiating staff, all NHL staff members, but the trio tonight are all Americans. The referee, Bob Henry from Detroit, Bob Luther from St. Paul, Minnesota, and Kevin Collins from Springfield, Massachusetts. The game is underway. This is Potvin clearing it to Clark Gillies to Trottier. He shoots it in. In after it goes Fetisov. Fetisov swung around by Bossy. Puck is cleared out to center. Larry Robinson at his own blue line for Canada. Over to Potvin. He's watched on the play by Vladimir Krutov. Robinson cleared it up, and it slapped right back into the Canadian zone. Makarov chasing Robinson, but Potvin's back quickly. Off the boards, Clark Gillies passed it right in the middle. Krutov's shot, and Potvin stopped that. Trottier slaps it off the boards. Backboard, Kazatonov, number 7. Up on the right side, it's intercepted by Marcel Dion to Wayne Gretzky. Here's Gretzky going in for Canada. In behind the net, has Lafleur in front. Passes to Marcel Dion. Dion has trouble, gets the puck again. To Gretzky. Gretzky coming right. A shot, he scores! Gretzky!
Just taking his time behind that net. The puck went behind to Marcel Dion. He tipped it back to Wayne Gretzky. He came around the net and put the high backhand up over the glove hand of Mishkin. Dion just tipping the puck to Wayne Gretzky, takes his time, cuts around behind the defenseman. There's the high backhand right underneath the bar.
So Canada on a goal by Wayne Gretzky, leading 1-0. Now the puck cleared to center ice, brought in by Vasilia. He's checked by Gretzky and Raymond Bourque inside his own line to Craig Hartsburg. Hartsburg hit Shalimov with it. Shalimov coming in with Shapeliev up over the line. Dion has it for Canada. Marcel Dion. Wayne Gretzky on the left side, back into the middle. That just failed to click. Raymond Bourque. Here's the announcement. Here comes Gretzky back in for Canada. Gretzky circling, had the puck knocked off his stick. Gretzky from Dion at 58 seconds. Gretzky's 5th goal of Canada Cup 81. Kapustin didn't see the loose puck. Here's Craig Hartsburg. Hartsburg up over the line. Breaking in, Duguay's shot. Kicked out Gretzky's drive, and that goes wide, and Michigan smothers on the puck and holds on for another face-off.
Shalimov just coming back and tipping that puck off of Butch Goring's sticker. He was coming right into the slot free for the puck. Shalimov just turning around inside his blue line, tipped it off, or Goring was in home free by himself on Michigan.
Butch Goring, Duguay, and Bob Gainey, the forward line for Team Canada. Number 25 for the Soviets is Vladimir Golikov. Billy Aletinov goes after the puck. Comes around the boards. Gamayev is bumped. Zup it back into his own zone. Duguay knocked it down. Billy Aletinov, he's checked. Now it's cleared around the boards. After it is Zubkov. Straight up the middle. Duguay knocked that down. Puck cleared off the boards. Gamayev and Barry Beck going into the Team Canada zone after it. Beck, number 3. Gamayev knocks him against the boards. Goring tries to get the puck loose. And we get a whistle from referee Bob Henry and a face-off in Team Canada zone.
Butch Goring having an excellent series, but very important. That first goal so early in the hockey game gives the team a little lift. In fact, everybody on the Team Canada bench a little excited, getting that early goal. That's very important in the hockey game to go ahead. It gives you that confidence that you need.
Number 22, Viktor Zhlukov, the big centerman for the Soviets. Zhlukov with Khomutov and Skvortsov, and the puck is cleared down the ice into the Soviet zone. Fetisov, number 2, watched by Rick Middleton. Here's Fetisov. Now he's bumped out of the play there by Ken Linzman. Puck comes back inside the line. Robinson up the middle. Middleton had trouble with it. Bumped with Linzman. Zhlukov to Skvortsov, and he couldn't control the pass. Zhlukov again at center. Drops it back into his own zone. Skvortsov has the puck at the Team Canada line. Slapped off his stick by Robinson. Here comes Linzman. In with Danny Gare. A shot, and that goes wide. Comes around to the blue line and out to center. Zhlukov, number 22. Middleton got a piece of him, but Potvin is back to cover up. Potvin in front of his own net. Good forechecking there by Andrei Khomutov, number 15. Zhlukov knocks the puck down, then it's cleared off a stick back into the Soviet zone. Canada on a goal by Gretzky, leading 1-0. Larionov, number 11, swinging out of his own zone. A pass right onto the stick of Brian Trottier. Here's Trottier for Canada right in front, and he can't get a shot. Bossy's drive is stopped. Robinson over the top of the net. Here's Potvin setting up for Canada. Drops it back. Clark Gillies getting set. A low drive, and that hit a player in front, hit Bossy. Or rather, Trottier. Bossy in front, Trottier going after it. Mishkin holds on, and we have another face-off in the Soviet zone. An action-packed start to this game between Canada and the Soviet Union. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
It's time to get outside and play. Motorized Fun Company is a leader in affordable motorized recreation. Our ATVs and dirt bikes are designed for the whole family. Our specialty is fun. That's our middle name. So whether you like 2 wheels or 4, we have a model for you. Families who play together, stay together. You can do it on our Motorized Fun Company vehicles. For the Motorized Fun Company retailer near you, call 1-800-973-3334.
The new Ford 500. We thought about space safety architecture to give you more protection. We thought about command seating to give you a better view of the road. We thought about all-wheel drive for more control. We thought about all these things so you'll have less to think about. The new Ford 500. We keep thinking about what a sedan should be because we want you to drive a Ford.
We combined a wireless notebook with a complete home entertainment center you can take anywhere. Which leaves only one question. The new Toshiba Cosmeo with Intel Centrino mobile technology.
We've played 4 minutes and 2 seconds in the opening period. Gretzky from Dion at 58 seconds, the only scoring play of the game. Both teams are at full strength. Trottier out there with Bossy and Clark Gillies. It's back to the line. Raymond Bourque slaps it off the boards. The Soviet player Babanov slipped and fell. Here's Bossy, and he couldn't get the puck. Brought out by number 21, Sergei Sapalia. Up on the right side, Shalimov drops it there. Here's Kapustin. He's trying to get in front. Port checks him. Comes around the boards. Vasiliev keeps it in. In front. Oh, and what a hit on Shapeliev as he was flattened inside the Team Canada line. Shapeliev getting up slowly. Now Gillies, number 9, tried to get it out. Shalimov keeps it in, and his shot is knocked down. Trottier just let the puck roll into the Soviet zone. Here's Vasiliev. Stopped by Brian Trottier, coming in with Marcel Dion. Here's Dion. Trottier heading for the net, and Dion overskated the puck. Now he has it again. Marcel Dion, number 16 for Canada. Good control there, but then passed it right in front to Vasiliev. Kapustin shoots it, knocked down by Raymond Bourque. After it goes Shalimov, but Hartsburg is there to bring it back for Canada. Guy Lafleur to Hartsburg. Up to Marcel Dion. He deflects it in. And the Soviet player number 3, that's Vladimir Zubkov. One of the youngsters on defense for the Soviets. The 23-year-old defenseman, Zubkov, passes the puck out, and it's brought up by Gamayev. Coming in with Golikov. Gamayev, number 18, rolled it to the net. Don Edwards knocked it into the corner. Lafleur, long pass for Dion. He has trouble with that as the puck was rolling. Golikov checked by Gretzky, who almost had a close call inside the Soviet zone. Here's Gretzky again. Dion helping out to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur setting up. There's a shot, and it bounced off Billy Litvinov's skate and went wide. Beck keeps it in for Canada. Gretzky had trouble controlling the puck off the boards. And bringing it out for the Soviets, Vladimir Golikov. A pass here over the line. Shalimov couldn't get a good shot. Here's Beck in the corner, trying to get the puck loose. Helped out by Paul Reinhardt. Reinhardt of the Calgary Flames cleared it off the glass and up over the glass and out of play.
Well, Team Canada controlling the play early in the hockey game. Aggressive forechecking, and Wayne Gretzky, just scoring that early goal, always dangerous around the net. Again, he had it. The puck just jumped over a stick behind that. He was ready to make that play again, deep inside the Soviet zone.
Marcel Dion in Canada Cup play has 3 goals, 6 assists. That, of course, including Canada Cup 76 and this tournament here. Fetisov inside his own line, sends the puck out. Goring traps it there for Team Canada. Gainey goes up after it, and is brought out by Sportsev, who slips and falls as he gets to the Canadian line. Gainey in behind the net to Paul Reinhardt, trying to hit Goring with that pass. Duguay, great burst of speed, went after it, but just failed to pick up the loose puck. Fetisov, he drops it in. It's called on a delayed offside at the Soviet line. Canada leading 1-0. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. Welcome back to the Montreal Forum. Bernie Pascal along with Tom Watt, Ron Roush, and Eddie Westfall. It's 1-0 for Team Canada over the Soviet Union. Lindsman to Danny Potvin. Here's Potvin going in for Canada, rolls it in front, and nobody there as Middleton slipped right into the net behind Michigan. Vasiliev at center. The veteran defenseman playing with a broken nose, suffered earlier in the tournament against Sweden. Here's Middleton off the boards. Middleton trying to get Lindsman with that pass. It rolls into the Soviet zone. Lindsman's there to eliminate the icing, getting there before Babanov. Lindsman digging, comes in front but can't get a shot as Vasiliev squeezes him off the puck. Makarov, number 24, loses it to Middleton. A shot, the rebound. It's stopped right on the line by Michigan. Makarov gave up on the play as he was slapped by Middleton, giving Rick Middleton a clear shot on goal.
Well, you don't stop, especially when you're there. Makarov seemed to take it in the eye. There you see him just going off, and Middleton has a freebie right off. In fact, I don't know how the puck didn't go in the net. It seemed to hit the post and then come right under Michigan's pads. Team Canada came within an ace of going ahead 2 goals. Makarov just going off the puck, allowing the layup for Middleton. He just puts the puck back, it hits the post, and goes under Michigan's pads.
Canada has outshot the Soviets 5-1 so far in the period. Face off in the Soviet zone, 12-19 left to play in the first period. Kapustin in his own zone. Zubkov brings it out up to his own blue line, then forced back. That pass intended for Shapeliev got over his stick, and Craig Hartsburg bumped by Kapustin in his own zone. Now Clark Gillies. Mossy after the puck on the right side, trying to get it back to Gillies, and that's broken up. Number 23, Shalimov up over the line, coming in with Shapeliev a shot, and Don Edwards makes the save. his second save of the game. Donnie Edwards, 25 years of age, played junior in Kitchener, Ontario. Has a total of 14 shutouts in National Hockey League play, and he was telling us the other day one of his proudest moments is when he shared the Vezina Trophy with Buffalo's Bob Sauvé.
And perhaps a little bit of a surprise playing today. Scotty Bowman showing a lot of confidence in him because Lyoto had played all the time, including the pre-tournament win over the Soviets, and then coming in here today not having played and actually not having practiced until Smith broke the finger and he came back with the hockey club.
Face-off will be to his left in the Team Canada zone. It goes to Barry Beck. Beck tried to hit Guy Lafleur with that pass. Paul Reinhardt traps it, goes to an open wing. Dion trying to catch up. Gretzky stopped it back as Barry Beck now, number 3, to Dion. In the middle to Gretzky. Here's Gretzky coming in on goal, and Kazatonov had him tied up, and he couldn't get a shot. Good defensive work by Kazatonov. Now the puck goes to Guy Lafleur. He's bumped by Fetisov. Kazatonov, number 7, up on that left side. Drozdetsky. He's bumped by Paul Reinhardt. And the puck goes loose at center. Golikov drops it back into his own zone. Kazatonov, number 7, 21 years of age, straight up the middle for the Soviets. Gretzky almost hooked it away. Now here's Drozdetsky, number 13, a shot missed by about 5 feet. Fetisov for the Soviets, lost control, and Reinhardt backhands it to Barry Beck. Around the boards to Marcel Dion, out to Wayne Gretzky. And Gretzky had trouble. Golikov knocked it away from him. Kazatonov. Yamayev, number 18, winding up on that left side, passes over to Drozdetsky. Here's Drozdetsky. Beck got a piece of him, and Butch Goring for Team Canada got it outside the line. It's cleared down the ice. Duguay and Fetisov both got to it and then got tied up, and the puck remained just behind them. Fetisov in behind his own goal for the Soviets. Gets a pass straight up the middle. Brought out. Up over the line goes Luptov, the big centerman, a backhand shot, and I believe Edwards just got a piece of that. Stopped at the line. Delayed offside coming up. Now Robinson has the puck, clears it. Duguay, he's bumped along the boards by Alexander Skvortsev. Vasilyev, the captain of the Soviets, gets the puck to Skvortsev. Viktor Luptov up over the line. He leaves it there. Omatov in front. Skvortsev was checked by Rick Middleton. Luptov circling the net in front, and he couldn't get a solid shot on goaltender Edwards. Canada's Ken Lindsman up on the right side. Danny Gare, a shot, and that goes wide. Slapped behind the net. Gare trying to get it loose. Vasilyev pushed him. Now Gare trying to get that puck loose to Middleton, and the Soviets come right out again. This is Skvortsev. Up over the line, Skvortsev to Homatov, and that just failed. Robinson as they go end to end. Here's Larry Robinson in for Canada, and he lost it. Middleton helps out. Rick Middleton back to Robinson, has trouble controlling the pass. Gets it back and outside the line, and Potvin forced to go back to center ice. We have 9 minutes left to play in the first period. Canada leading 1-0, and Trottier takes that puck over the line, and it's called on the offside. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. I put a spell on you. What's up? Because you're mine.
Mom, when somebody sneezes, you say bless you, right?
Right.
So what are you supposed to say when somebody coughs?
Robitussin.
To help stop a bad cough, respond with the strength of Robitussin.
Robitussin.
Robitussin. Tim, it's bless you for coughs.
Yeah.
To help stop a bad cough, respond with the strength of Robitussin. Robitussin.
You know, I was once in a vault while I was being robbed.
This December,
The only thing riskier than stealing $160 million is having to pay it back.
With interest.
It just hurts.
What we do know is we need a high-paying job.
You're doing recon work on our anniversary? I assume that you have some kind of a plan to get him out.
Okay, then. Good. I don't even understand what happened in there.
Ocean's 12.
Starts Friday, December 10th.
Hey folks, James Duthie back in the NHL on TSN studios, getting ready for our first intermission when Bob McKenzie, the hockey insider, will drop by to talk about this guy. They love him in London, Rob Stremp, but you know what? Canadian fans might not like him come Christmas time because he's a good candidate to play for Team USA. And Pierre Maguire on the greatness of Slava Fetisov, one of the best defensemen ever. We'll ask Pierre Maguire if he stands in those rankings. In fact, later on tonight, Pierre Maguire is going to rank his best defenseman ever, and we'll see if Slava fits into that category. Let's send you back to the first period of play.
7 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the first period. The only goal, Gretzky's 5th of the Canada Cup from Marcel Dion. That was scored in the first minute, 58 seconds. No penalties as yet. A wide open period. There's a shot. Michigan juggles it. Duguay goes after it. And Fetisov comes up with it for the Soviets. Haney's check. Duguay in front of Goring. And it just rolled off the end of his stick. He couldn't get a solid drive. Now it's backhanded out to center. Potvin shoots it right back in off the glass. Fetisov. He's bumped by Duguay. Goring in front to Gainey, and Michigan pulls that out of the air and holds on.
Duguay and Fetisov having a little hassle there just against the boards. Fetisov come up, he's touching his forehead as if he thought he might be cut. They were high-sticking one another against the boards, straightening out his helmet. But the two of them, that's the first sign we've had of any little bit of ill feeling between the two hockey clubs.
And we'd like to take a moment to salute the Markham Major Midget Hockey Team. There you see them in the gray sweatsuits. They're going to Finland and Russia in December to play in the Forza Cup tournament. And they're at the Canada Cup as guests of their sponsor, MAI of Canada. Good luck to those youngsters. And good luck to all youngsters across Canada with minor hockey just about ready to start for another season. And here at the Montreal Forum, it's a 1-0 game, Canada leading the Soviets. Soviets breaking out of their own zone. Drozdetsky up to the Team Canada line. Bumps with Larry Robinson. Potvin. Gamayev chasing him. Duguay. And Babinov had him lined up. Here's Gainey. Babinov has the puck for the Soviets. Drops it back to Vasiliev. Up to Gamayev, number 18, in the middle to Golikov. Golikov back to Drozdetsky. Duguay is dumped. Here's Drozdetsky in front, and he's stopped by Larry Robinson. Loose puck rolls into the Soviet zone. Vasiliev. Danny Gare watching him. Tried to get Gamayev with that pass. It rolls down the ice. And back for it is Ken Linzman, icing against the Soviets.
You may have noticed that there have been a few times when Team Canada has just dealt out resounding, just crunching checks around the blue line. The Soviets, when they get to that blue line, they like to cross, try to confuse the defenseman, and on 2 occasions, Ron Duguay just about had one lined up, and then, of course, we saw one earlier by Raymond Bourque. When they cross, sometimes the Soviets don't want to keep their head up after they make that cross. Team Canada's caught them 2 or 3 times here in the first period with just great checks as they cross and are not looking after they make the pass.
So is Lutov against Linzman. The puck rolls out, taken by Skvortsov. He has great speed. Skvortsov up over the line. His shot way off the target, and Bourque has it for Canada. Here's Bourque inside his own line. Linzman takes the pass, trying to get it to Gare. Skvortsov knocked the puck ahead. Right up over the line. Homotov couldn't get a shot, knocked off his stick, and they leave it there. Gare clears it to center. Skvortsov drops it back. Vladimir Zubkov. Billy Letdinov, number 14. Back to Zubkov. Gare into forecheck him. Homotov, number 15, bumped by Linzman. Here's Gare knocking the puck loose. Michigan scoops it up and holds on. Rick Middleton, a good shift there for Team Canada. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting. We are go. Guidance internal. Control program confirmed. 10, 9, 8, 7. Ignition sequence start. 4, 3, 2, 1. All engines running. Liftoff. We have liftoff at 8:14 in the morning.
Introducing the all-new Pontiac G6. Built for drivers.
HMV wants you to build the ultimate CD collection. This holiday season, say it with music from HMV. Get into Usher, Confession Special Edition. R&B's hottest star turns up the heat even more on these new jams, including My Boo with Alicia Keys. Because your collection is never complete, HMV. Get into it.
아무도 본 사람은 없었는데 해골 바가지 모양으로 말이야.
Some ghosts come from the afterlife. Some send you there. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2, rated T for teen.
And the attendance here at the Montreal Forum for this battle for top spot between the Soviets and Team Canada. I'm Bernie Pascal along with Tom Watt, with Canada leading 1-0. Reinhardt passes the puck off the boards. Bossy back to Reinhardt. Checked by Fetisov and Krutov, who comes up with the puck. Now he slaps it out to center. Barry Beck there for Canada. Trottier, number 20, over to Clark Gillies. It just rolled away from Gillies before he could get a shot. Now the Soviets come right back. Makarov. Larionov coming in front, deflects the puck. Krutov in the corner. He drops it back to the line. Fetisov, his backhander is knocked down, gets it again, a shot. Here's Makarov on the rebound, and he fanned on that drive. Makarov gets it again, bumped against the boards. Clark Gillies has it at center. Makarov is checked, and the puck rolls into the Soviet zone. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the opening period. Fetisov, number 2. Passed it over to number 7, Alexei Kazatonov. Back to Fetisov. Gretzky in forechecking for Canada. Potvin at his own line. Number 5, Makarov in to forecheck him. Pass too hard to handle for Marcel Dion. It goes down the ice. Kazatonov touches it, and it's icing against Team Canada. Of course, the Soviets went to the 1948 Olympics as observers to start their very impressive hockey program over the years. 1948, they sat back and watched the Olympics. Then entered their first World Championships in 1954. They went through that undefeated, and the rest has been history.
And who is here observing everything here with the eye, the man who started it?
One of the greatest influences in developing the distinctive Soviet style, Anatoly Tarasov. And he's been attending the Soviet practices. In fact, he's been here all day. We saw him this morning, and he was at the afternoon game. Real keen hockey man. Here's Shapeliev, a shot. Edwards stopped that. Potvin in front. Feather drive hits a stick in front as Shapeliev was set up in front. Dennis Potvin trying to get it loose. It's taken by Shalimov. Shalimov got it out. Gretzky's upset. There will be a penalty to the Soviets. Here's Lafleur coming in with Marcel Dion. And the shot goes wide. A delayed penalty against the Soviets. Goring, Lafleur. Oh, what a save by Mishkin. Oh, did he make a spectacular save. Canada Cup 81. Action galore. And that sparkling save by Mishkin.
Butch Goring coming over the boards from the delayed penalty, taking the place of the goaltender, is able to slip the puck through to Guy Lafleur. Michigan's glove just darted out to take a sure goal away from Guy Lafleur. But there's the advantage of an alert goaltender getting to the bench. Usually teams have the center on the next line up, and that was Butch Goring going over the boards, able to set it up.
And yes, that is Jackie Stewart, who has great reflexes as well. In fact, he'll be one of our guests tonight. Motorsport fame Jackie Stewart watching this game along with 16,000 plus at the Forum. And of course, viewers right across Canada on the CTV network. And we hope you're enjoying this game. It's a dandy with 3:20 left to play in the first period. Kapustin going to the penalty box for the Soviets at 16:40. There's Kapustin in the penalty box. tripping penalty. So Canada's power play, Lafleur, Middleton, Marcel Dion, Gretzky, and Potvin on the points. Here's Middleton coming in front, rolls the puck there, and it just got away from Guy Lafleur. He drops back to the line. Potvin takes it in deep. Here's a pass to Gretzky. Gretzky over to Rick Middleton. Middleton bumped against the boards. Billy Letlinov. Here's Middleton trying to get a shot. The puck just bounced over his stick, and it's cleared down the ice. Lafleur goes back after it for Canada. 1:30 left in the power play. Lafleur straight up the middle. Middleton over the line, just failed to grab that pass, and Michigan covers up. And we have another whistle. The face-off again in the Soviet zone. He gets a word from referee Bob Henry.
Well, as we've seen before in this tournament, Bob Henry is warning Michigan that he shouldn't be diving on that puck outside of the crease when he's got an opportunity to clear that puck, or he'll be called for delaying the game.
Bob Henry, 2 years in the National Hockey League officiating staff, mainly in the minor leagues, but they think so much of him. Scotty Morrison says that he will be seeing a lot of action in the NHL this coming year. A native of Detroit, Michigan. 1:25 left in the power play. Trottier moves in for this face-off. Lafleur and Gretzky. Now he asks Lafleur to come to the opposite side, Gretzky to the other. Marcel Dion and Potvin on defense. Number 25 for the Soviets. That's Vladimir Golikov. The puck slapped over the boards. Dion clears it in. Here's Trottier. Kazatonov checks him. Lafleur, a shot, hit a skate. Trottier has it for Canada. Back to Marcel Dion, to Potvin. Potvin fakes a shot, gives it to Gretzky. Gretzky setting up, passed in front to Dion. Dion drops it back to Potvin, slaps it in. Here's Gretzky. Lafleur, a shot. Michigan makes another great save.
Well, that's twice Michigan has robbed Lafleur. Right when he was off the edge, the glove save early. Wayne Gretzky just taking his time to slide the puck through. Guy Lafleur can't find it right off the bat. When he does get a stick on it, Michigan drops down and kills the puck. But again, the pass coming through, second time in a row. Guy Lafleur being robbed by Michigan.
Well, a hockey writer from TASS in the Soviet Union did a lot of research. He came up with this interesting statistic that Soviet teams, midget, junior, opposition against NHL teams, they've played 410 times since 1954. The Soviets have won 282. Now that's a lot of research. Even Ron Andrews would have to work a day to figure that out. 1-0, Team Canada leading the Soviets. A giveaway, Gamayev has the puck, and then he lost it. Robinson brings it back for Team Canada. 35 seconds left in the penalty to Kapustin. Here's Trottier, bumped against the boards by Sergei Babinov. Soviets slap it off the boards, back into the Team Canada zone. Raymond Bourque, 2 years in the NHL with the Boston Bruins, and he's a great young defenseman. Trottier takes the puck off the boards. Trottier, number 20, bumped by Gamayev. Passes to Rick Middleton. In front, Trottier's shot. Michigan stopped that. And it's cleared down the ice with 5 seconds remaining in the Soviet penalty. Bourque winding up as you see Kapustin step onto the ice. Here comes Bourque up over the Soviet line. Goes after the puck deep behind the net. Babinov checks him hard against the boards. Number 9 is Vladimir Krutov. Now the Soviets bring it back over the line. That drive hit the crossbar. Shot by Kapustin, rattled off the crossbar. Edwards juggles the next drive and holds on with 58 seconds remaining in the opening period. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. The only goal of the game was scored at the 58-second mark, and that number comes up again. 58 seconds remaining in the opening period. They'll drop the puck in the Team Canada zone. Ready now, Gainey slapped it back. Billy Letlinov gets a shot right on, and that's stopped by goaltender Edwards. Potvin out to center. Here's Goring going after it. Billy Letlinov got there first. Billy Letlinov passes it in. After it goes Sergei Makarov. Makarov tied up by Barry Beck. 35 seconds left. Beck then knocks the puck over against the boards. Ron Duguay has it for Canada. He's dumped by Vladimir Zubkov. There'll be a penalty coming up to the Soviets again. Edwards heads to the bench for the extra attacker. Goring 20 seconds left in the period. A penalty coming up to the Soviets. A delayed call. It'll be Zubkov that'll be penalized. Here's Goring setting up in his own zone. Goring to center. Up over the Soviet line goes the puck, and Zubkov touches it, and there's the whistle, and a penalty for tripping to Zubkov of the Soviets with just 4 seconds left in the period.
Well, with 4 seconds remaining and having that man advantage inside the Soviet zone, it's still dangerous. Being able to control that puck, we may be able to get one shot on goal with just 4 remaining.
So the Canadian players over to the bench to talk to Coach Scotty Bowman, as Zubkov will sit and watch the final 4 seconds of this period from the penalty box.
You see the trip coming here. Zubkov just getting his stick in front of Ron Duguay, dumping him at center ice. Second Soviet penalty in a row here in the first period.
You take out your goalie here. 4 seconds remaining. Can they ice the puck in 4 seconds? Maybe we should take the 2-man advantage to get an opportunity on goal.
Well, many will argue that. They say it takes, what, 6 to 7 seconds to shoot the puck?
Well, 60 miles an hour is 88 feet a second, so if you can shoot at 60 miles an hour, it takes 3 seconds to go the length of the ice at an average of 60 miles an hour. So maybe with 4, you might take the gamble.
Well, we'll be watching some games with the Winnipeg Jets with 4 seconds. Tom Watt will be coaching Winnipeg this year. Marcel Dion for this face-off against Luptov. Deep in the Soviet zone, Mishkin, a surprise starter ahead of Tretiak. Potvin has shot. Dion almost picked up the loose puck. Still there, they scored! But no, the goal does not count.
The green light is on, and the red light and the green light cannot go on at the same time, and the green light came on to end the period before the puck was in the net. A tough break for Team Canada because it just went behind Mishkin.
Well, you know, Bob Henry, the referee, he signals a goal.
The puck comes across in front, and you see the green light going on before the red light goes on. Now, whether that's a difference in the timing of the goal judge putting his finger on the button to signal the goal, but the puck comes across, it goes in the net, and the green light is on before the red light can go on, and they both are not allowed to go on. The referee puts his hand up, but the goal judge was not able to put the red light on in time. The green light goes on to end the period, and it is no goal.
Still to come, Oilers first-rounder Rob Schrempf is ripping off the Ontario Hockey League, and hockey insider Bob McKenzie says the U.S. national junior team has noticed. And later, Pierre Maguire looks at the career of a hockey legend.
NHL on TSN.
It can be hard to eat everything you should, as recommended by Canada's Food Guide to Healthy Eating. And your diet alone may not always be enough to provide all the vitamins and minerals you need. That's why so many busy people help maintain their good health by taking a Centrum multivitamin daily. You can trust the science of Centrum, complete from A to zinc.
If your reality is more virtual than real, we can help at the Walmart Electronics Department.
Two separate worlds. One shadow, one light. Where the difference between life and death is a few inches of metal. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, only for Nintendo GameCube, rated T for teen.
For the best prices and selection, get you and your thumbs into Walmart today.
Just be nice.
Because the world isn't nice. Hunted by humans. You're public enemy #1. Hated by vampires. Now, he's going to need some new blood. Who the hell are you people?
My father meant for us to help you.
Whistler's daughter. Rookies. Time for payback. Blade eternity.
In theaters Wednesday, December 8th.
Tired of watching TV and playing video games? It's time to get outside and play. Motorized Fun Company ATVs and dirt bikes are a great way to enjoy the outdoors year-round. There's a model for all riders. Every vehicle comes with our 1-year limited warranty. You take fun seriously, so do we. It's our middle name. Motorized Fun Company vehicles are the affordable solution. For the Motorized Fun Company retailer near you, call 1-800-973-3334.
Well, what do you know? Real, live, present-day hockey on TSN Wednesday and Friday. It's the Battle of Ontario. Well, not quite. It's Central New York against Newfoundland. It's the Baby Sens and the Baby Leafs, Wednesday and Friday night from the Air Canada Centre, 7:30 Eastern Time on TSN. Well, you've heard of shrimp teriyaki. How about shrimp tears up hockey? It's a stretch, I know, but sadly, it's just what I do. Bob McKenzie explains in our Hockey Insider.
That's right, James. Much of what you do is a stretch. James, you know, it's not yet official, and there's still a week until the final roster will be formally announced, but it certainly looks as though Edmonton Oiler first-rounder Rob Shrimp will get a chance to strut his stuff for Team USA at the World Junior Championship. Now, this qualifies as news because when last we left you, the prolific London Knights pivot was at best a long shot to be named to the defending World Junior Champions roster, having been left off the first group of 12 named to the team. Shrimp had a very poor summer evaluation camp with Team USA, and there were whispers that team management was concerned about a whole host of things, from attitude to personality to defensive woes to a proclivity for getting a lot of his points on the power play. But if the 18-year-old Fulton, New York native hasn't won the hearts of Team USA staff just yet, he appears to have at least won their minds. Sources say that Team USA has decided during its weekly conference call that Shrimp is tentatively set to be named to the 22-man roster. Let it be newly noted that nothing is carved in stone until the team is announced sometime next week, but he no longer appears to be on the outside looking in. Shrimp has been ripping it up with the record-setting Knights. He has 24 goals in 26 games, including 14 on the power play. Both figures are number 1 in the OHL. His 45 points is 3rd in the league, and he has 15 goals in his last 11 games. Red hot, you bet. Now, there's no question his offensive pyrotechnics have been a factor in a seeming USA hockey change of mind. But what's apparently impressed Team USA the most is how hard Shrimp has worked and how much he wants to be part of this national junior team. And it certainly doesn't hurt that he's got game-breaking qualities that could come in handy in a crucial game against, say, well, how about Team Canada, perhaps? It may be fortuitous timing. Columbus draftee Danny Fritchie, one of the heroes of last year's gold medal run, he re-injured his shoulder on Saturday night in just his second game this season with the Sarnia Sting of the OHL. He was in Cleveland today seeing a specialist, and the word is it's just strained ligaments, not major structural damage, and that he could still be playing for the U.S. in the World Juniors. But Shrimp's inclusion never hinged on Fritchie's health, but it's still pretty good insurance for Team USA.
It's interesting as well. You know, the junior team's always cooperative with releasing their players to the national teams, but the way London is going and that undefeated streak, Corey Perry's a decent bet, of course, to make Team Canada. If Shrimp goes, there's a couple other guys on that team that could make Team Canada. If they're still going on that undefeated streak, that'll be a couple of big losses for them. Lots more ahead. Just ahead, from the Soviet national team to the NHL, Pierre Maguire looks at the career of Slava Fetisov.
Fetisov, his shot right on,
You're
it's
watching the NHL on TSN.
Classic Canada Cup on TSN is brought to you in part by Mr. Transmission. Ask about our Mr. Transmission credit card and don't pay for 90 days. Interest-free OAC.
For those who skate, for those who sled, for carolers and those under the mistletoe, for givers, for receivers, for those who share, for Donner, for Blitzen, and Rudolph too, for cold, crisp days, for silent nights and twinkling lights, for those who drop by, for get-togethers, for you, for me, for families, for everyone in the real spirit of the season.
Hurry up, Dad. My friends are coming.
There's a lot of drilling to do, son. Takes time.
Don't worry. We'll get it finished quickly. With the new Mastercraft Maximum Quick Flip Drill Driver, you can drill, countersink, and screw without changing tools. Just make a hole, countersink, then flip for the screwdriver bit. It's a sturdy tool with a lifetime warranty. The Mastercraft Maximum Quick Flip Drill Driver, only $29.99. Now that's different. And only at Canadian Tire.
All right.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Single rope. Just until we clear that first vertical on the western wall. You're gonna freestyle across the seventh phase. I'll make the solo ascent to the second plateau. Check your safeties. We don't need to be heroes today.
Whatever. Let's get it done by 5.
All right!
Columbia gear. Get it at Sport Check.
Babe, it'll just be 2 short weeks.
No, I'm just gonna miss you so much.
Listen, freeing circus bears in Calcutta is the most selfless thing I can do.
You're so right, and I'm so proud of you.
So, we're cool?
Yeah, we're cool.
Cool. Oh, my passport. Would you?
Of course.
You're the best.
Find a road trip game card inside specially marked PlayStation 2 products at EB Games for a chance to win 2 weeks in the PlayStation RV. See store for details.
Pookie?
Welcome to the first intermission. Here is your host, James Duthie.
All right, thank you. It's that time of the night where we check in with the SportsCenter newsroom and the one, the only Gino Reddit to tell us what else is going on. Hey, Gene.
Hey, James. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. What's
Good.
going on?
Hope you're having a great night. Hope you're enjoying watching the hot game tonight. We'll have more of that coming up on the NHL on TSN. But now a quick look at what's coming up on the next edition of SportsCenter at 10 o'clock Eastern time. We're keeping an eye on the Toronto Raptors who've hit the road for 6. Vince Carter and the Raptors in Miami to face Shaq at the Heat. The Raps come out running. Milt Palacio drives and finds Danielle Marshall for the jam. Toronto up by 5 in the second. More basketball news. Indiana Pacers Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, Steven Jackson, and David Harrison will likely face assault and battery charges for their roles in the brawl at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And to the NFL, where Butch Davis resigned as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns today. He had 3 years and $12 million left on his contract. Terry Robisky takes over on an interim basis. We'll have all the day's news and highlights coming up on SportsCenter at 10 o'clock Eastern, plus much more on Gary Bettman's address to the Edmonton Oilers investors. That's on SportsCenter. Right now, let's go back to James.
All right, thank you very much. Gino here with Pierre Maguire, and we watch all the great Montreal Canadiens on this 81 Canada team. You think of how good the Canadiens would have been if they had another guy they drafted in 1978, Slava Fetisov, who didn't make it, of course, till later with the...
And don't forget Chechyak either.
Yeah,
him too.
They would have been fully loaded. Yeah. He was something.
He certainly was. You know, when you watch Slava Fetisov play, one of the things you have to understand is not just being a great hockey player. This was a phenomenal athlete. This was a guy that really understood the concept of team play. If he would have been a football player, he would have been a quarterback. If he would have been a baseball player, he would have been a pitcher. James, his pursuit of the puck was excellent. He knew how to angle. He knew how to control the puck. He was a ferocious hitter. But the thing that really separated him from a lot of great players was his willingness to engage physically. He was such a hard practice player. He drove his own teammates nuts. And thus, you look at his record. Wow. 8-time All-Star in the World Championship, 5-time Best Defenseman. That's amazing. In Europe, 3-time Player of the Year. That's when all the best Europeans were staying in Europe. And look at his record in the Soviet League. It's phenomenal.
They should really, if there's a guy that can make a movie out of his life, it is this guy. You have drama. Remember, he led the rebellion against Soviet coach Viktor Tikhonov in 1979 after he promised if they won a gold medal in '88, they could all go to the NHL, and then reneged on that promise. He handed in his captaincy. He had, of course, all the triumphs that Pierre talked about, and a fair share of tragedy. In 1985, he was in a car accident with his younger brother, Anatoly, who was killed. Anatoly was 18 years old at the time, and they talked like he might be just as good as Slava was. And then, of course, in '97, involved in that famous limousine accident after Detroit won the Stanley Cup that it severely injured Konstantinov and the team masseuse. So an unbelievable career, and still going in the Soviet Union now.
Yeah, he's in charge of the sports bureau over there. But, you know, to me, if you think about it, the Russian Five is what Fetisov was all about. And you think about what happened. Detroit Red Wings go out and get him to play with Fedorov, Larionov, and Kozlov up front, and then playing with, Konstantinov. But the big thing was those guys really responded to him, especially Kozlov and Fedorov, and that's what Detroit was hoping for.
All right, let's get to our Hockey Nation poll. It is, of course, brought to you by Mr. Transmission. Ask about our Mr. Transmission credit card and don't pay for 90 days interest-free. OAC, which was your favorite line combination from this era? And so far, oh, you love the flower power.
You're right on it. Way to go, people.
You're not supposed to try to change the opinions of people with your clapping.
Sorry.
45%. The Islanders' line's at 35. You still have time to vote.
Ah, home. There's no place like it. Homeowners? Every one of them is different too. So home dealers offer the home gift card. The home gift card comes in any amount you want. Give a gift card to someone else or give one to yourself. It's one size that always fits. The home gift card, only at Home Hardware and Home Building Center. Help is close to home.
We have so many flights every business day in North America to where you need to be. It's easier to end the day where you want to be.
People either give you a nickname or like you make one for yourself. Like, I have an alter ego, you know what I'm saying? His name is Whiplash. It helps you protect that image so you're not like this kid on the street like, I'm Billy, you know what I'm saying? And I work in the warehouse, and I like computers. No, you're like, I'm Whiplash. Ask him my name, ask him what's his name. Whiplash!
Rated E for everyone.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
This Christmas, check the Canadian Tire Flyer to find great gift ideas for the do-it-yourselfer who likes to do things right, like the Mastercraft Hawkeye Laser Level.
If you want to hang things straight, this handy tool is a must. It gets everything level. Just press it against the wall, center the bubble,
and switch on the laser. Always straight. It also works great on slopes. Just turn the button and line up the picture frame with the beam. It's that easy. There's even a platform to level it on uneven surfaces, and a base to mount it to a tripod. The beam always stays straight, even around obstacles and onto other walls.
It's perfect for wallpaper and tiling jobs. Adjust tiles vertically and horizontally. Install mirrors, shelves, coat hooks. These glasses help you see the beam better in bright light.
Well, I'd say that we got it all straight.
Looks great. The Mastercraft Hawkeye Laser Level, only $44.99. A great gift idea for any do-it-yourselfer, only at Canadian Tire.
I'll start with you.
One of the most impressive things about this Soviet team was their penalty-killing unit so far in this tournament. Going into the second period, they had killed off 22 straight opposing power plays, but that would be tested earlier in the second by Wayne Gretzky and company.
Referee is Bob Henry as we get set now to start the second period. And remember the Soviets, Zubkov in the penalty box. He has 1:56 remaining in his penalty. So Canada on the power play. Dion, Middleton, Guy Lafleur, Gretzky, and Dennis Potvin as the second period is underway. Here comes Gretzky in with Middleton. Gretzky right in front to Middleton, and he just failed to get a shot as the puck rolled off his stick. In behind the net, Gretzky knocked against the boards. It's cleared out to center and down the ice. Back for it goes Dennis Potvin, number 5. Five-time All-Star in the National League. Potvin brings it straight up the middle, up over the center line, in over the Soviet zone. Zlutov slapped it off his stick. Here's Lafleur, Middleton in front. Pass nowhere near him. Marcel Dion traps the puck momentarily, but here's a 2-on-1 break. Zlutov is coming in for Sportsap. Back to Zlutov off his stick, and it just went wide. Gretzky lined up and hit by Fedosov. Puck dropped back. Now here's Marcel Dion. Canada's 19th power play opportunity. They have 2 goals on power plays, both by Bossy. 55 seconds left in this power play. Here's Potvin to Guy Lafleur. Passed it over. Marcel Dion back to Lafleur, setting up to Potvin in front. A shot. Oh, and Michigan got a piece of that and deflected it wide. Fedosov brings it out to center. 35 seconds left in the penalty. Potvin deep in his own zone. in the first 2 minutes of period number 2 at the Montreal Forum. The puck cleared into the Soviet zone. Vasiliev, it's icing against Team Canada with 23 seconds left in the Soviet penalty.
Well, Team Canada again putting on the pressure, and I'd have to say so far that Michigan is the star of the hockey game. Team Canada's had by far the greater opportunities, out shooting the Soviets at this point 12-7. The good opportunities, 2 from Lafleur, the stop there from Denny Potvin, just seeing at the last moment on the shot from the point. I would have to say that Team Canada has had by far the greater opportunities early in the hockey game.
Soviets have been a man short 22 times in the tournament. No goals have been scored against the Soviets. In fact, they've scored 2 shorthanded goals. And they've been successfully killing off this penalty heading into the final seconds of the minor infraction. Canada, Hartsburg got a shot right on, deflected up over the glass, and out of play by Michigan.
Scotty Bowman, you know, he's pretty wise. You see, he's been forced to use forwards on the point. He's played Dion at the point at certain times. He's played Guy Lafleur at the point at certain times. But here, late in the penalty, when there's, say, 12, 20 seconds remaining, he goes back so that he doesn't get caught even sides with a forward playing defense. He's back now with 2 defensemen in Hartsburg and Bork playing at the point.
There's a shot right from the draw by Mike Bossy that just sailed wide, comes out to center. And the Soviets are quick on the puck. Golikov. And then he was checked as he passed the Team Canada line. And now we have a hooking infraction coming up. And it'll be to the Soviets. And Golikov heads over to the penalty box, number 25. Golikov for hooking. So another power play for Team Canada. The other penalty had just expired. Scotty Bowman sends out another power play unit of Trottier, Mike Bossy, and Clark Gillies as Golikov sits in the penalty box for hooking. Scotty Bowman, of course, has fond memories coaching here in the Montreal Forum. For years, the coach of the Montreal Canadiens, coached many Stanley Cup champions, and then, of course, Canada Cup 76. Scotty was the winning coach in that game, and is very optimistic that Team Canada can repeat that performance this time around. They lead this game 1-0 on the power play again, and the puck is stopped, and Shepeliev clears it back down the ice. Craig Hartsburg, number 4, back for it for Canada. The native of Stratford, Ontario. Former outstanding junior in Sault Ste. Marie. A pass to Raymond Bork. Bork shoots it into the Soviet zone. Babanov goes back after it. He couldn't get to the loose puck. It comes back to the line. Bork slaps it off the boards. Gave it right to Vasiliev, who brings it out for the Soviets. Up on the right side, Shalimov. He's coming in with Shepeliev outside the line. Babanov forced to wait for his teammates to get onside. Shepeliev, watched by Bossy. Takes it over the Canadian line. Bumped by Raymond Bork. Bossy ahead to Wayne Gretzky. He's stopped, and the puck is slapped at the center ice area. 55 seconds remaining in the Soviet penalty. Here comes Rick Middleton up to Marcel Dion, who takes the pass. Dion, a shot. Michigan, Gretzky the rebound. And that went wide as it was bounced off the goalie. A close call there, Dion and Gretzky. Lafleur back in behind his own net. Winding up for Canada. Great speed. Lafleur up to the Soviet line to Gretzky. Gretzky moving in front and lost control of the puck as it bounced off the Soviet player Zubkov. 22 seconds left in the Soviet penalty. Canada 1, the Soviets nothing. Gretzky at his own blue line. Number 99 to Lafleur. And Robinson had bounced off him and rolls right to Michigan, who holds on. And there's Alan Eagleson, the organizer of the Canada Cup, and the gentleman sitting right next to him, Irv Ungerman. And you'll recall the Ali Fraser fight in '71. He promoted that. Closed circuit telecast in Canada. Ungerman has the closed circuit rights for Canada for the upcoming Leonard Hearns match on September 16th. 13 seconds remaining in the penalty to Golikov. Now it comes back to Potvin. Gretzky setting up a pass to Robinson. Lafleur scores. Guy Lafleur standing in front with Robinson. The pass goes to Lafleur, and it's 2-0.
A sweet pass. Very, very sweet. He put it right on his stick. put it between people. What Wayne Gretzky does so well, he can pass that puck. He's got the great anticipation, the nice touch. Watch that go right between those sticks, right underneath, right on Lafleur's stick. An easy one for Guy Lafleur, but the pass, just a super pass by Wayne Gretzky. Another look at it. It's tipped back into Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky just watches. Look at him put it right underneath the sticks and onto Guy Lafleur's stick for the goal.
So Canada leading the Soviets 2-0. Zhlukov trying to get the pass ahead to Alexander Skvortsev. He's bumped by Barry Beck, and Bob Gainey clears it to an open wing. We have a whistle as the puck was held against the boards. Unfortunately, the players didn't hear the whistle, and that's why play continued. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
It's time to get outside and play. Motorized Fun Company is a leader in affordable motorized recreation. Our ATVs and dirt bikes are designed for the whole family. Our specialty is fun. That's our middle name. So whether you like 2 wheels or 4, we have a model for you. Families who play together stay together. You can do it on our Motorized Fun Company vehicles. For the Motorized Fun Company retailer near you, call 1-800-973-3334.
New Tylenol Cold with Cool Burst, demo number 12. Here we go. New Tylenol Cold with Cool Burst coating. A cool, soothing sensation you can feel instantly.
Your fate has been written. You will die.
One fate, 1 million ways to defy it. Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. Available December 2nd, rated M for mature.
Every night in home workshops, there are people creating. These are the people Dremel makes tools for, like the new 400 Series XPR with new high-performance attachments and greater control. The Dremel XPR turns spare time into time well spent.
Lafleur with his second goal of Canada Cup 81 from Gretzky and Potvin at 3:49, and Canada leading by a score of 2-0. Reinhardt, number 24, off the boards to Bob Gainey, up the middle to Duguay, coming up with Goring, who takes the pass. Goring on right wing, watched by Fedosov, and the shot hit Fedosov, comes to Duguay, and Gainey deflects it in front. And it goes up over the glass, and now we have Duguay and Fedosov pushing at the side of the Soviet net. That power play goal by Lafleur was the first power play goal given up by the Soviets in this tournament.
Well, that's the second time that pair have been at it, and you know, you were mentioning about Fedosov being an all-star in the World Junior Tournament. He was an all-star in the World Junior Tournament in 1978 here in Montreal, and he went right with the national team and was named to the all-tournament team playing with the national squad after the juniors. So he was an all-star in the same year, both at the World Tournament and the World Junior Tournament, and won gold medals in each. Not a bad start with the national team of the Soviet Union.
Well, he's going to get a couple of minutes to rest from the opposite side of the rink. He joins Duguay in the penalty box as they get penalized for that mix-up in the Soviet zone. The time of the penalty, as you see, 4 minutes and 21 seconds. Face-off will be to the left of Mishkin, and the puck comes back. Here's Raymond Fort getting set. A shot kicked out by Mishkin. Babanov has trouble with it along the boards. Now skates almost in front of his own net. Puck comes out to center. Here's Drozdetsky, number 13. Drozdetsky up over the line, and it's taken by Craig Hartsburg. Over to Mike Bossy. Bossy over the Soviet line. A shot. Mishkin deflects that off his stick, up over the glass, and out of play. Mike Bossy. He'll be heading into his 5th year in the National Hockey League with the Islanders. In his first 4, he scored a total of 241 goals.
Not a bad start.
Here's Raymond Bourque clearing the puck into the corner. He's bumped. Trottier with Babanov. Now it's cleared Hartsburg traps the puck, a shot, deflects in front. Babanov knocked it loose into the corner. Babanov with Vasiliev standing there to offer some assistance. It goes to Trottier. Ryan Trottier, Bossy had it get by him, and Vasiliev, the veteran captain of the Soviet national team. Drozdetsky up to Gamayev. Gamayev, watched by Hartsburg, puts on the brakes. Comes back to Babanov. Babanov couldn't get a shot. The puck came outside the line. Exactly 1 minute remaining in the penalties to Fedosov and to Duguay. Butch Goring, number 91, in his own zone for Canada. Hartsburg knocked the puck loose. Here's Hartsburg, number 4. Lined up by Gamayev. The puck is taken in front by Drozdetsky. Dropped it back, and Zubkov's shot was stopped. Gets it again. Gainey blocks that. Hartsburg off the boards. Goring couldn't control the puck as it bounced off the boards in front of the Team Canada bench. 30 seconds left in the penalties. Here's Hartsburg. Gamayev had him lined up but missed. Bob Gainey brings it back for Canada. Gainey's shot hit the post. Bob Gainey, a low drive, bounces off the post. Kapustin back for the Soviets. His drive up over the glass and out of play.
Well, some end-to-end action there. Bob Gainey just broke around, a new proud father this evening, but broke around to the outside. There seemed to be a confusion in the defense of the Soviet Union. They had to switch. A nice low shot hit the far post when it had Michigan beaten.
Bob Gainey voted the National Hockey League's best defensive player the last 4 years and a proud recipient of the Frank Selke Trophy. 13:55 left to play in the second period. At the Montreal Forum, a battle for top spot in Canada Cup 81. Potvin off the board, stopped there by Zubkov. Zubkov shoots it back into the Team Canada zone. Marcel Dion, Billy Aletinov got a piece of him. Robinson goes after it. Robinson for Team Canada to Lafleur at center. Coming in with Marcel Dion and Gretzky. Gretzky takes the pass, tried to get it back to Robinson, and the Soviets almost have a break, but Kapustin can't catch up to the puck. It's cleared, trapped inside the line by Shalimov. Shalimov into the corner, and Robinson knocks it away from him. Soviets get it again. Kapustin, number 8, moving in. Potvin collides with him. Potvin and Kapustin fighting for the puck. Shalimov trying to get it, and Potvin smothers it with 13:06 remaining in the second period. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
We have great batteries and millions of other quality parts. Napa, get the good stuff.
We've got everyday low fares to more places in Canada than any other airline. So low, everybody can go.
James Duthie back with you and getting ready for our second intermission. We've been asking you all night in our Hockey Nation poll about the best lines of that era. Well, we're going to let Steve Simmons and Glenn Healy talk about some of those great lines and what made them so great. That's coming up in 2020 hindsight. As well, Pierre Maguire on the best defenseman of all time. You know, the Hockey News rated him in 1997. We'll let Pierre put out his own rankings. They may surprise you. Perhaps they may not. Let's flash ahead a couple of minutes. Still 2-0 Canada in the second.
Canada leading by a score of 2-0. Gretzky and Lafleur have scored the goals as we approach the midway point in the second period and the game. Zubkov, number 3. Zubkov gets the puck out. Golikov, then he clears it over. Jamayev brings it over the line. Gillies watched in front there, almost lost it to Golikov. And the Soviets have it at the Team Canada line. Drozdetsky then drops it deep into his own zone. Zubkov, number 3, over to Golikov. Vladimir Golikov from Dynamo in the Soviet Union. He had 23 goals with Dynamo. Quite an impressive year. Here's Trottier for Canada in front. And he flipped the puck there, and it bounced off the skate. No one could get a shot. Barry Beck, he keeps it in. Mishkin knocks it in behind the net. Zubkov, number 3. He's checked. Here's Mike Bossy, and Gillies ran into Zubkov, and he'll get a penalty.
Second penalty in a row to Team Canada, the second elbowing penalty in a row. And the difference in these hockey games, really the 3-2 win for Team Canada in the pre-tournament game, was how well Canada killed those penalties.
So Gillies heads to the box, and Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. Clark Gillies in the penalty box for elbowing at 10:44. So the Soviets with another power play opportunity. They're down 2-0. Robinson to Potvin. Potvin just shoots the puck into the Soviet zone. Back for it is Fetisov, number 2. Fetisov getting speed in his own zone there, up to center. Goring watching him. The pass got to Larionov, then it was knocked off his stick. Kazatonov, number 7, gets it into Makarov. He's the speedster on this Soviet team. To Fetisov, but the Soviets having trouble getting to center ice. And a shot by Gainey, and Mishkin had to be alert that time as the shot came right from center ice. Great forechecking by Team Canada. Goring just flips the puck in behind the net. The Soviets are having trouble getting to center ice on this power play. Now Kazatonov, Larionov, and he's forced back by Gainey. 1:10 left in the penalty. Now Makarov, he comes up to center, gets over the line, into the Team Canada zone. Krutov heading for the net. It comes back, Kazatonov, a shot, they score! The Soviets get on the board, a power play goal.
Team Canada had done such a great job of killing it off, and this is the first time Makarov was able to penetrate the zone. Kazatonov, the long shot from the point, is just tipped on the way to the net, bounces by Donnie Edwards, but Team Canada had done a great job until Makarov was able to get that puck inside the zone. The shot from the point, the tip in front of the net. The Soviets back in the hockey game, 2-1 Team Canada.
Larionov, I believe, deflected the puck in front for the Soviets' first goal, and a power play effort. 8:15 left to play in the second period. The two teams back at full strength. Here goes Rick Middleton. Middleton coming in right in front, and Gare trying to pick up that pass. He couldn't get by Vasilia. Middleton again. Gare trying to get the puck. Middleton knocked it down. Here comes Luktov. Luktov back to Sportsev. In front, Luktov a shot. Not a very hard shot. It just rolled off his stick. Edwards making the save. Now Middleton. He bumps with Alexander Sportsev, and the puck is taken by Kenny Linsman. He can't get out. Now Danny Gare will try for Canada. Ahead to Middleton. Back to Gare. Coming in with Linsman. Here's Gare. Middleton takes the pass. Returned it. Gare was knocked to the ice by Sportsev and couldn't get a shot. Now Canada has it again. Gare right in front to Middleton. Middleton trying to get a shot. Mishkin stops it. Gare hammers away, and they get a whistle. Gare and Sluktov pushing. Now Hartsburg comes in and takes a shot at Sluktov. Wouldn't take much to ignite something here. Linsman then gets a poke at Vasilia. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
Download music videos, movie trailers, and other stuff wirelessly with the Nokia 3220, available at Rogers Wireless. The Nokia 3220. A party animal, and a phone.
You know what it feels like when you hit this nail instead of this one. For instant relief, use this, the versatile new Benchmark Thumb Saver, only at Home Hardware. It picks up and holds any size nail or screw, so your thumb's out of harm's way, and it makes it easier to work in hard-to-reach places. Use it to cut wire, pull staples, rip up carpet, even remove fish hooks. The fully guaranteed Benchmark Thumb Saver pliers, a great value, just $14.97, only at Home Hardware and Home Building Center.
On December 14th, the most extraordinary DVD ever created can be yours. Behold the sword of Elendil. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. The special extended edition is now 50 minutes longer in a 4-disc set. Don't miss your chance to own a part of cinematic history. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Own the special extended DVD edition December 14th.
So the penalized players heading to the box, Linzman of Team Canada and Vasiliev for the Soviet Union. That last Soviet goal was scored by number 11, Larionov. A power play goal, Kazatonov and Makarov getting assists at 11:45. There's Linzman and Vasiliev, the captain of the Soviet team. Face-off will be in the Soviet zone. Brian Trottier out there now for Team Canada. Reinhardt and Barry Beck on defense. Trottier moved out of the face-off position. Bossy's there. Zubkov dropped it into his own zone. Bilyaletdinov to Kapustin. Kapustin up the middle. Shapeliev back to Kapustin. Trottier after him, takes him out of the play, and Beck slaps the puck off the boards. Bilyaletdinov for the Soviets to Shapeliev, number 21. Back to Bilyaletdinov. Bilyaletdinov, a pass to Zubkov. It bounces off his stick. Shapeliev, number 21, sends the puck over. Kapustin back to Zubkov. Here comes Zubkov. He got to the line, then forced back. Kapustin couldn't control the pass. Got away from him. Barry Beck up to Reinhardt. He shoots the puck into the Soviet zone. 1:10 remaining in the double minor penalties to Linzman and Vasiliev. Canada 2 and the Soviets 1. Here's Zubkov up to Kapustin, has trouble, back to Zubkov. Shapeliev trailing on it. Here's Shapeliev right in front. He scores! Shapeliev for the Soviets, and it's all tied at 2-2.
Shapeliev being set up just perfectly in front of the net. Made the little deke to his left, comes back to his forehand. Edwards going one way, just slides the puck in as help comes a little too late, but the good play was made deep in the zone when the pass, as he just cuts around the last defender, moving again to his forehand, sliding the puck by Donnie Edwards. 2-2.
So with 6:20 left to play in the second period, it's a brand new game, a 2-2 tie. Shapeliev at 13:40. Larionov getting the other Soviet goal. Lafleur and Gretzky have scored for Canada. Here's Gretzky to Lafleur, and he was hooked. He couldn't get a shot. Now Canada on the defense here with Fetisov leading a Soviet attack. Robinson got a piece of him. Drozdetsky backhands the puck into the Team Canada zone. Potvin for Canada. Watched by Drozdetsky. Now he comes out over his own blue line. Flips the puck. Robinson has it, number 19 for Canada. Robinson over the line, and it's knocked in by Wayne Gretzky, and it's called on the delayed offside. There's Wayne Gretzky. And we'd like to remind you this program is copyright and strictly for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or exhibition of this game without the express written permission of the CTV television network and Harcum Consultants Limited is strictly prohibited.
Well, Team Canada stopped skating here. The Soviets with 2 quick goals back in the hockey game, and they're trying to finesse a little too much now, trying to finesse the puck rather than moving with the puck and trying to make their skating do the work for them.
Now the puck goes to the Soviet player, Fetisov. Gainey keeping an eye on him. Krutov, Larionov, who scored one of the 2 Soviet goals, to Fetisov. And he's hammered to the ice. Bob Gainey then clears the puck down into the Soviet zone. The penalized players are back on. Linsman heads to the bench, replaced by Lafleur. Vladimir Krutov, 21 years of age, out there for the Soviets to Fedosov. He dumps it in front. Kazatonov up the middle to center. Here's a race. Hartsburg got Krutov tied up. A shot. Edwards stopped it. Hartsburg off the boards. Kazatonov keeps it in. Now it's cleared out to center. Kazatonov to Krutov. Krutov fires the puck in, and it hits the glass. Dion bumped by Makarov. Cleared in behind the net. Makarov for the Soviets. Krutov heading for the front. Now he picks up the puck, and Raymond Bourque gets to it for Canada. Tried to hit Lafleur, and the puck rolls right into the Soviet zone to Mishkin. He just shoots the puck. Barry Beck traps it at center. Beck over the line to Gretzky, coming in with Dion. Dion in front, but Kazatonov intercepted that. Soviets, Larionov, he shoots the puck. Edwards makes the save. Paul Reinhardt, number 24, lead pass, got away from Dion, and back after it is Vasiliev, number 6. 4 minutes, 12 seconds left to play in the second period. It's a 2-2 tie. And these two teams tied for top spot in Canada Cup 81. Identical records of 3 wins and a tie, and they're tied in this one. Vasiliev. Omotov got to the line. Zlukov brings it in, and it's offside at the Team Canada blue line. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. What a great rivalry it's been over the years, the Soviets against Canada's national teams. But in games involving the Soviet national team and the National Hockey League's Team Canada, the record going into tonight, the Soviets have won 6, Team Canada 5, and 1 game has been a tie. And this one's tied, and they're leading the Canada Cup 81 standings. Middleton backhands it. Zlukov traps the puck to Homotov, and now Danny Gare gets it out to Linsman. Over to Middleton. Middleton coming in for Canada to Gare. His shot. Mishkin makes the save. He's been brilliant at goal for the Soviets tonight.
Well, the key to that play on the 3-on-2 is Kenny Linsman just to the right of your screen going right to the net. He takes one defender to the net. Danny Gare slips into the hole between them. You see Linsman and the other defender, Vasiliev, off the side of the net, allowing Gare to go right to the net home free and get the good opportunity. But that's what happens when you go to the net.
Linsman, number 28, playing his second straight game for Team Canada. Here's Gare fanning on a shot. Potvin got it in front. Gare tried to get that pass from Potvin, but he got away from him. Now here comes Kapustin. Shepeliev in front. Robinson checked him as Kapustin is taken out of the play by Kenny Linsman. Puck is underneath Potvin, and we get a whistle, a game with a face-off in the Team Canada zone. Well, there's a penalty handed out to Team Canada. Potvin for smothering the puck in the corner, obviously grabbing it.
Well, he lost the stick. He started to the bench. Then the Soviets broke out. He had to come back onto the ice. The puck went deep into the Team Canada zone. He was trying to do the best he could inside the zone without the stick. And in the corner, he fell on it and drew the puck with his hand underneath him. If he just falls on it, it's no penalty. But when he pulls it underneath him, it's a delay of the game penalty.
16:50, Potvin, delay of game. It's a 2-2 tie. Goring shoots the puck down into the Soviet zone. Billy Letdinov goes back after it. He's on defense with Vladimir Zubkov, number 3. Gainey. Oh, he almost capitalized on that bouncing puck. Pass straight up the middle. This is number 23, Viktor Shalimov. To Shepeliev, number 21. Shepeliev watched by Hartsburg. It goes to Kapustin. In behind the net, trying to stuff it in front. Edwards traps it at the side of the net and gets another whistle. 2:42 left to play in the second period.
Well, there we saw again the Soviets attackers crossing just at the blue line, and Raymond Bourque, it's tough with the score tied to take the chances. They switched to step out and flatten one of them, but he had the opportunity there, but he backed off a little bit, afraid of just getting caught at the blue line. But we've seen a lot of the Soviet crossing, their forwards crossing, trying to confuse the defense just inside the blue line.
Guy Lafleur looking on from the Team Canada bench. He has one of Canada's goals, Gretzky the other. Larionov and Shepeliev have scored for the Soviets. And the Soviet Union on a power play right now. This is Kazatonov, number 7. Goring forces him back. Makarov, number 24. Gets it into the middle. This is Larionov, Igor Larionov. And he's bumped by Greg Hartsburg. Krutov bumped there by Gainey and hits the ice heavily. Gainey going after the puck. Goring's helmet's lying on the ice there. Here's Zhukov, and he shoots it out to center ice. And the Soviets, Krutov, coming in with Makarov, who takes the trailing pass. Back to Krutov. Krutov trying to get it to Fedosov, and Bob Gainey has it for Team Canada. Up with Brian Trottier, over the line, tried to get it through, and it hit Kazatonov. Trottier nailed against the boards there by number 2, Fedosov. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty to Denis Potvin. Kazatonov for the Soviets. In with Makarov. Beck knocked the puck away from him, then he kicks it loose. Comes over the line. Krutov trying to catch up to it, and he's checked there by Larry Robinson. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Middleton after it into the Soviet zone. Here's Middleton right in front, and Mishkin stopped that on the short side as it rolled off the stick of Rick Middleton. Now Drozdetsky moving in front. Here's Drozdetsky, and that's stopped by Edwards. End-to-end action.
Well, Barry Beck got caught a little flat-footed there right at his own blue line, and Drozdetsky just put it into overdrive as he got to the blue line. No move. Just broke to the outside, around him, cut to the net. Donnie Edwards coming out was able to stop that puck with his pad. Middleton taking the pass just off the boards at the end, just previous to the opportunity by Drozdetsky, almost slipping it underneath the Soviet goaltender. But we're going end-to-end here late in the second period.
Each team has had 3 power play opportunities, and each team has a power play goal. Potvin with 3 seconds remaining in his penalty. 1:13 left to play in the second period. Canada has outshot the Soviets 10-7 in the second period. Drozdetsky, number 13, as Potvin's back on the ice. Babinov had trouble at the line. Golikov drops it back to Vasiliev. 1 minute left to play in the second period. Gamayev, a long shot. Edwards stopped that, and Barry Beck traps the puck. Here's Beck. Guy Lafleur, number 10, up to Wayne Gretzky. Bounced off his stick into the Soviet zone. Vasiliev. Marcel Dion goes over to check him. The puck is cleared to an open wing. Drozdetsky and Robinson after it. Drozdetsky has it. Drozdetsky in front. Gamayev a shot. The rebound, and Edwards made a big save there. And the net is knocked off its mooring as the Soviet player Drozdetsky went crashing into the crossbar and lifted the net.
The net. Just outside the blue.
You can hear the voice of the referee telling the linesman to alter that net. And Luther and Collins go to work. 31 seconds left to play in the second period. And a reminder, the semifinals are coming up on Friday. A big doubleheader on CTV. We'll have one semifinal from Ottawa, followed by the other semifinal from the Montreal Forum. Of course, the matchups are still in the air depending on the outcome of this game tonight. Now Potvin at his own line for Team Canada. Potvin clears it in. Gretzky left it for Dion. A shot that was off the net, but gloved by Mishkin. With 20 seconds remaining in the second period.
Fans a little impatient and hollering here, feeling that Mishkin didn't have to kill that gloved stop that he makes. Now he puts it in the back of the net. You see, stops the play where really could have perhaps tipped it to his defender going behind the net. Fans a little unhappy.
There's Guy Lafleur, a backhand. Billy Letinov stopped that. Gretzky, and it comes to Zhlukov. Zhlukov back for the Soviets, up with Homatov. Homatov takes the pass in front, trying to get it back to Zhlukov, and Lafleur tapped it away. 5 seconds. Here comes Dion. A long shot, low and just off the target. And that'll do it. The siren goes to end the second period, a highly entertaining period of hockey here at the Montreal Forum. Team Canada and the Soviet Union deadlocked in a 2-2 tie. And we'll be back with the second intermission in a moment.
Coming up, 2020 hindsight. Steve Simmons and Glenn Healy compare some of the greatest lines in hockey history. And later, Pierre Maguire gives his list of the best NHL defensemen of all time.
Bourque with a shot. Score! Raymond Bourque!
You're watching the NHL on TSN.
People talk. They say that luxury is all about the details. The subtleties the average person doesn't even notice. They say luxury can be seen in the way a chrome grille sparkles in the light and the way the tires make contact with the road. People say a lot of things. You should listen to those people.
And I'm just cruising through with my buddies. We're just talking. All of a sudden, I see a new Celica GTS just flying by, weaving through traffic, and I just jumped in. It's impulse, you know, like cat and mouse. You see it, you just chase after it.
When you're on the road and you get that feeling, if someone comes up behind you, if someone smokes you, you know you're gonna go after it. That's the whole cat and mouse thing. It's just like nature. It's survival of the fittest. You're either the hunter or the hunted.
Rated E for everyone.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
We have so many flights every business day in North America to where you need to be. It's easier to end the day where you want to be.
There's a power so awesome, so irresistible, you'll do anything to get your hands on it. Introducing M3 Power, the first battery-powered shaving system from Gillette. It has new M3 Power Glide blades with a patented comfort coating for less irritation. Turn it on and micropulses raise the hair so the blades can shave closer. A battery-powered razor with our most advanced blades. Together they give you the world's best shave. New M3 Power from Gillette.
Imagine one tool that would help you do this, and this, and this. There is one. It's HomeCard. Use HomeCard at any home hardware and home building center to help with purchases and projects. And right now, during our absolutely no fee event, pay no administration fees and choose the payment plan. Do not pay for 6 months or make 12 equal payments. Apply for your HomeCard today. Only from Home Hardware and Home Building Center.
This is 2020 hindsight. It's present-day perspective on past events and personalities. You know, we have the good fortune tonight of watching two of the greatest lines in hockey history, one on either side of the ice. So I thought I'd let my wingers, Glenn Healy, Steve Simmons, what a crappy line that would be with a former Pee Wee fourth-line dropout, a Bantam coach, and a goalie talking about. They're better at talking about lines than they are making a line. Let's get to it. And let's start with the guys that were in their, really the prime of their career. The Islanders were in the middle of the dynasty, and the Trio Grande in Bossy, Trottier, and Gillies were something else.
Did you make that up, Trio Grande? I play with the Islanders. I never heard that name once, Trio Grande.
It wasn't that popular.
Just come up with it.
You can call them whatever you want to call them. Call them great. This line had everything. I mean, but Bossy and Trottier as a combination, as good a duo as there's ever been.
You know, Bossy really made the line. He was the finisher. And, you know, you practice with this guy. He was a perfectionist. He was a workaholic. If you put the puck in his skates and you went back to the bench and said, hey, sorry about that, he'd say, sorry? What is this, Bantam hockey? It's the NHL. You put it on my stick. But we all forget about Gillies. That's the guy. He was like the icebreaker who made room for the speedboat to come in behind. And Gillies won the Islanders that first Stanley Cup. He was the guy who beat up O'Reilly and gave the team confidence when they beat Boston. Then they beat Buffalo, who were 20 points better, and then Philadelphia, who were 25 points better.
We forget about him because he's nowhere near a league of the other two. That's why we forget about him.
He played a great role, though. We're so NHL-centric around here. Let's talk about the guys in the red sweaters. The KLM line in Krutov, Larionov, and Makarov. A terrific line, but I know you're going to say it wasn't just a line, was it?
No, it wasn't just a line. It was a five-man combination, including the two defensemen, Fedosov and Kazatonov. But in this line, what you had is the best puck-moving line probably in hockey history.
No, give me hold on a minute now.
No, were you watching?
Small,
did you watch?
And they had skill, but the reality
every pass, they didn't have to talk about Bantam hockey. Every pass tape to tape.
You need more than skill to compete in the National Hockey League, and I don't think they would have went to traffic areas. Now, when they came to the NHL, Krutov and Larionov came together in Vancouver. Krutov, he could stick handle in a phone booth. But when he got here in Canada, he couldn't fit in a phone booth. This guy,
he found fast food. He was the happiest guy in Canada.
Tim Hortons, bring it on.
The other one I want to talk about, flower power. Lafleur, Schutt, and Lemaire. And Steve Schutt was here last week. And the interesting thing he had to say was that Jacques Lemaire didn't even want to be on that line because he loved defensive hockey so much. He hated the pressure of having to produce so much. But they did produce, didn't they?
Who grows up loving defensive hockey? I mean, the guy's got to be a little bit twisted. I mean, you coach that way maybe, but to play that way, nobody wants to play. Lafleur played the game the way you want to play it. The guy could go up the wing, he could shoot, and he passed the puck. And nobody talks about this better than anyone prior to his time in hockey. Gretzky since then, but no one before that.
Well, you know, the big thing with that line, when you had Lemaire on the line, he didn't want the puck, so that was okay for that line because Lafleur really wanted it. Mahovlich played on that line. He wanted the puck, and that's one of the big reasons that they took Mahovlich off the line. And Lemaire, he gave these guys the credit card. Now, Lafleur, would he have scored those 80-foot slap shots like he scored on Gilles Gilbert? I don't think so. Schutt, he went to the front of the net. This guy really paid the price. I wonder how great he would have been in today's NHL, because that's where you score from today.
Both of those guys tremendous in the NHL team.
Well, the thing Schutt said is he had to develop a sixth sense because opponents didn't know what Lafleur was going to do. Lafleur told him he didn't know what he was going to do, and so Schutt just sort of had to hang around and try to figure out what Guy Lafleur was going to do next because he never knew, but it paid off pretty well. That's their opinions on some of the best lines of that generation and of history. We wanted your opinion tonight in our Hockey Nation poll. Let's get to it. It's, of course, brought to you in part by Mr. Transmission. Ask about our Mr. Transmission credit card and don't pay for 90 days interest-free OAC. Which was your favorite line combination from this era? And the winner, it's a pretty close one, but it is Flower Power, Lemaire, Schutt, and Lafleur at 45%. The Trio Grande, which I believe Brian Trottier nicknamed them. He talked about that at the Hall of Fame the other night. Not a common nickname, but hey, it works. 37% they were second. Still to come, they were the best of the best on the blue line. Pierre Maguire gives his list of the top D-men in NHL history.
You're watching the NHL on TSN.